Hello everyone. In my previous Dreamweaver Basics video, we made a coffee shop website. It was very simple, but on that website was not responsive. So today we're gonna make the responsive website using Bootstrap function in Dreamweaver. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and set the alarm for my latest video. Then let's get started. Okay, please first download the images from the link I provided. So there are multiple images that we're going to use for this website. So that is this. And then somewhere in your hard drive or in your local drive, please make a new root folder first. So I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to name it as a coffee shop root. Okay, so this is going to be our root folder. Then under this root folder, make another new folder and name it as images. So it's going to be images folder. Then we're going to have all images we're going to use in here. So select the folder and please make a copy of the downloaded images into this images folder. Okay. All right, so this is my root folder, coffee shop root, and under coffee shop root, I have images folder, and there are the images we're gonna use. Now we are ready to go. So go back to, please open your Dreamweaver document, and then before we start, go to site menu first, create a new site. So this is a really important part. So before we combine everything, we need to define the correct pathway to your root folder. So let's choose the new site. And site name is gonna be coffee shop. It could be any name. And your root folder, that's the important thing. Browse your root folder by clicking this button. And then coffee shop root, that's my root, and choose it. And then go to advanced settings and the top field, default images folder. That's the folder we have all images already. So click on the button, choose the images. See that? We have all images here. Choose it and save it. Okay, so in your Files tab on your right, you will have to see this. Site name is a coffee shop, and then this one will look, tells me the location of my root folder. And under images folder, I have multiple images. All right, so we are ready to go. So create a new site, a new page. We're gonna make a HTML as a bootstrap, so we can have the responsive website. And please choose the bootstrap, create new file, and then please uncheck include pre-built layout so we can start from scratch. Okay, create it. All right, so now we can start something. So first, we're gonna have define how we're going to make this page. So since this is supposed to be the responsive website, so go to Insert tab, choose Bootstrap component first, and then first thing is choose the container fluid, so we can have the kind of a flexible container, the kind of big frame, container fluid. Make sure you choose the body in your document, container fluid. See that? Container fluid added. Click inside. Now insert a new container. It will ask you where. So this container will be part of the container fluid. So it will be nested. See? And click in this container. We're gonna have a navbar. So choose that, and then make sure your mouse cursor is blinking inside of your container, and then insert the Bootstrap components, scroll down, you're gonna see navbar. There are multiple choices, but on this time we're gonna use navbar fixed to top. Will be part of that, so nested. See? So we have navbar on top. And then since we chose the fixed top, so that means when you scroll up and down your contents, but on your navigation bar will stay always on top of your page. Okay, now in your DOM panel, select the navbar. There are more options. Very bottom one, open it. I don't need to keep this. I don't want it. So select that, the form, the search window things, and just to delete it. And also, I don't want to have that disabled button. So let me delete it. I don't want to have that drop down. Delete it. Okay. I want to now have the more buttons. So select the nav item, which is the link, this one. You will have to see this blue outline. And hold on the control or right click, duplicate it. See, another button is added. I'm gonna repeat the several times. Duplicate it and duplicate it. So I think that's good. So I will have a home button and 4 links. So home is home. I'm gonna leave it as it is. And then once you select this button, check the code area. So I'm gonna delete the link. Let me type about. I'm changing the name of each menu. And the next one, since this is a coffee shop, coffee. And the next, dessert. And the last one, as always, contact. Okay. So we have that. Okay, so under body in your DOM panel, we have a container on fluid. Under container fluid, we have a container. And on the container, we have navbar. That's what we have so far. Now after this, we're gonna add something. So make sure you choose the other navbar and in your DOM panel. Then in your insert panel, we're still in the Bootstrap component. And this time choose grid row with column. That row will go after this navbar. So after and numbers of column, this time I'm going to have 2 columns. Say OK. See? So 2 columns are added. So we have 1 and 2. So first one, the content goes here. So always compare your document window, your design window with your code. So let me delete content goes here. And instead of that, I want to insert the logo image. So this time, go to Insert tab, change your choice from Bootstrap components to the HTML. And let me insert the image. So choose the image. This time, I'm going to have a logo.png. This is a transparent PNG file. Open it. And then, as you can see that, this image is larger than the column. So go to, once you import it, click on this 3-bar button and check make image responsive. So it will fit. Okay, next, content goes here, which is this. Let me delete that. Then insert the image. This time, choose that animated GIF file, 3images.gif. Open it. Same thing. The image is larger. So click on this, the 3-bar button. Oops. 3-bar button and make image responsive. All right. So we're getting in there. Let me save it first. Save this file as. Always save your first file as an index.html. It will be saved in your root folder, coffee shop root. Save it. So let me check my root folder. See, I have index.html is added. Let me open it in my web browser. See? And this is animated GIF file. It just keeps rotating. I have a logo and I have the menu bar on top. See? It is responsive. So far, it's good. Oh, I forgot to replace this navbar with the other logo and the text of Monte Alto. So Monte Alto is a coffee shop in my town. It's a small shop, but their coffee is so good. I love that. So let me select the navbar on top and check your code area here. So instead of this navbar, let me delete. I'm gonna insert the image. This time montealto.png. That's the name of this coffee shop. Oh, so we have that. That's good. Okay, so we have. Let me make it simpler. You see the hierarchies. Container flow, that's a big umbrella. And under that, we have a container, and we have a navbar on top, and we have a row with the two columns, logo and the animated GIF file. See? So after that, I want to have a kind of a little bar, but since I want to have the kind of a little space in between, what I want to do is select the row. You see that? That entire row is highlighted in gray. Place your mouse cursor right after div tag here. Hit the return key. And I want to add BR tag. So BR tag will create a kind of a one line spacing like this. Okay. Then after that, I want to have another container. So go back to Bootstrap component here and insert container. And scroll down, you see that? This container is here. And under this container, inside this container, I want to have a text. So let me go back to the Insert tab and HTML. I want to have a heading, but please choose the heading number, let's say number 2. So this heading goes inside, so please choose Nest. See? And I want to change it, this text to our specials. And also, I want to locate it in the center. Our specials. That's good. Okay. Then, as you can see, please always compare your document with this DOM panel. This is a really important part because it shows us everything, what's going on. So, container. That's what we have. Okay. So after that, after this container, I want to have another space in between. So after this, after container, which is here, see, hit the return. I want to have another BR, so I can have a little more space in between. So after BR tag, let me insert, go back to our Bootstrap component, another grid row with columns. Click on it. It will ask you where. It will go after and numbers of columns, this time 3. After. Okay. So watch. See? We have 3 columns. So first thing is, this column, content goes here. Let me delete that. Delete it. And I want to have image. So in Insert tab, choose the HTML like we did and insert the image. I'm going to insert the image number 1.png file. Open it. Scroll down. See, this image is much bigger than the column. So I'll click on this 3-bar button like we did and make sure make image responsive. Okay. Looks good. Now, second content, second column. Content goes here, delete it, repeat the same step. Click on the image button, This time image number 2.png, open. And click on this 3-bar button and make image responsive. It's good. Number 3, third column, delete the content goes here. And insert the image, this time image number 3.png. Click on the 3-bar button and make image responsive. That's good. We're getting in there. And now I want to have some kind of a text before, so like a title of each image. So select your first image. Then in your HTML tag, the insert menu still, we're going to add the other headings. This time heading number 4, H4. It will go before this image. So I'll click on before. See? Now just let me type, since they roasted their own coffee beans. So roaster. Oh, sorry, misspell. Roaster. And then I want to align center. Okay, it's done. Now my second image, I will do the same thing. Select your image. In your Insert HTML tab, choose the heading number 4, before, and I'm gonna retype it, dessert, and align center. The last one, heading, select your image, click on the heading number 4, it goes before the image, and then let me type latte and align center. Okay, so I have a title of each image, and also I want to have some kind of a simple text. So what I'm going to do is go to the lorem ipsum and just copy this dummy text. So Control C or Command C, copy this, and back to my Dreamweaver, and then select your first image. This time we're going to insert the paragraph. This paragraph goes after this image. See? Select and paste it. Command V or Control V. So we have the text. I'll do the same thing. Select the image, your second image. Insert the paragraph. It goes after. Highlight and paste it. For the third image, the paragraph goes after. And paste it. Okay, so we're getting in there. Okay, and now I want to have really simple, the footer. So let me check let me make this DOM panel simpler. Under container, I have a navbar, my first row with the 2 images, the logo and then the animated GIF file. And I have a BR tag. I have a container for the hour specials. I added one more space with the BR tag. And the last row is for the other 3 columns. And after this, I want to have a footer. So still I'm in the HTML insert tab. And scroll down, you're going to see that footer. And say OK. So watch, we have a footer. Okay, so I just double clicked on this footer button. So it goes there. See that? Footer is located on the very bottom. Now just let me change this. The content goes here. Instead of that, delete it. And I want to have a logo. Insert the image, which is logo.png. And you will notice that this is huge, it's big. So select your image and check your code area. This is the original size, 600 pixel by 600 pixel, which is too big. I'm going to make it 100 pixel by 100 pixel. It's okay size. And then after that, place your mouse cursor and click right next to it. Spacebar several times, and then I'm gonna just type all rights reserved. I may say something more, but just make it simpler. All right, and let me save it, and let me check from my web browser, index.html. Yeah, see, it is working. So we have a menu bar on top, we have a logo, we have an animated GIF file, and then we have our specials, roaster, dessert, latte, and the footer. So it is okay, and then also it is responsive, which is great. Hamburger button is working, everything's fine. But it doesn't look good because everything's in white background. So let's customize it by using CSS this time. So now I'm back to Dreamweaver. Then, first thing is, we want to create one style that cascading style sheet, the CSS file. So we can customize this very simple white background page. So first, go to our CSS Designer tab. Okay, and then in the sources on top, click on this plus button and create a new CSS file and name it as style.css and say OK. Okay, so this one is added. Now, first, let's change the background color. Instead of white, let's use the image. So select the body, the very top one, this one, in your DOM panel. Then make sure your sources is the style.css, and you will see the selectors panel. Click on the plus button. Make sure your body tag is selected. And then make sure not body P, not paragraph, just the body. Okay, and hit the return. So it is added as a new selector. And then in your properties panel, right under properties panel, click on the background. And then we can change the background color, but we want to use a background image. So URL, click on this browse button, and please choose Coffee Tile Dark. Open it. See? It is much better. We're going to change it, the text color and more. So first thing is, in order to make it work on your web browser, make sure we made some change using style.css. So I click on the style.css and save it first. Now back to source code and save it. Now let me check my web browser and let me refresh. See? It is more coffee-like. Okay, now let's make some more changes. On the top menu bar navbar, I want to make some more changes. So, under body tag, container, select the navbar. Okay, select the navbar and make sure in your CSS Designer panel, style.css, that's the source, and in your selectors panel, click on this plus button. And then the container fluid and navbar is selected and hit the return. Now let's change the background. In your properties, background, we can have a solid color. I want to have a gradient this time. So click on gradient. See? So my first color, I want to have kind of orange. Something like this. This color. And I want to keep using this color, so let me make a copy of this hex code. Command C or Control C. And then the bottom point, I want to have the same color. So let me paste it. And let me add one more color in the middle. And that middle color will be white. And hit the return. See? It is updated. Okay, so it's good. And next, See that the menu bar, nav bar stays there. And our specials, this back, you see that the color is kind of a little hard to see the text. And then I want to have some kind of little different color bar as a kind of divider. So that is new container we added. So under nav bar, that is this. See, this container. So in your CSS designer panel, source is style.css. In your selectors panel, click on this plus button, hit the return, and the background color is, I'm going to use the same color. Let me paste it. Our specials. Okay, so it looks good. Next thing is, I want to change the text color, the roaster, and then dessert and the latte. I can barely read it. So let me highlight this title, the roaster, and then do the same thing. This is the I guess this was the H4. Okay. Source is the style.css in the CSS designers panel, and the selectors, click on the plus button to add the selector, hit the return, and then in your properties panel, select the text and change the text color to white. See, it changes everything. So from now on, all the H4 tag, the text will have this white color. I'll do the same thing for this paragraph. Select the paragraph, highlight it. CSS, the designer panel, style.css, that's the source. New selectors, return, and in your properties panel, excuse me, text color is gonna be white. Return. See? Isn't it cool? So it looks great. And the very last thing is my footer. I will do the kind of same thing. Let me make it simpler. Let me select just the footer. Okay. So under CSS designer panel, source is style.css. Selectors, let me add a new selector. Hit the return. And the background, this time background image URL. Click on this browse button and please choose coffee tile bright br.jpg. See, it works. So as we did, I'm gonna save my style.css first. Go to file, make sure you open style.css. You have to update it, save it. Go back to source code, save it, or save as index.html and replace it. And let me refresh. See, everything's updated. My navbar has the color. My our specials has the kind of orange color. Text color is white. And the footer has the tile image. And let me make it smaller for the mobile. It is working. As you scroll down, you will see the same result. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video tutorial and that you can use it for the maybe different site and with a different content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.